So I've been getting extremely frustrated because these cows need to be bred and they're not. And I don't see them come in heat. I know what the signs of heat look like. I guess I'm just not around them long enough every day. We had the vet come check them, and Sadie wasn't bred. It was we only bred her once, so it's not a her issue. And Nellie, I haven't seen come in heat at all, but the vet said they are coming into heat. I'm just missing it somehow. And this time of year, you know, you don't have as much daylight to sit out here and watch them. I've been busy moving a bunch of chickens around. I don't know. Somehow I'm missing it. So as much as I like to just ignore a problem, I can't ignore this. I have to be able to get these cows bred. Otherwise, we don't have milk. We don't have milk. We can't supply milk to our herd share people. Come on. And then we don't have money to keep this whole thing going. Girl, come on. So, I was literally at the point of, all right, I'm gonna call the neighbor, see if I can rent the bull again. They'll all get bred at the same time. You know, if I go get that bull, they're all gonna get bred at the same time, but at least they're bred. So I thought, well, what can I do to see them come in heat better? So I remembered seeing these, I forget what they're even called, heat indicators, heat patches. So I went ahead and ordered them. They're not that expensive. I think a pack of 50 was $75. But they got to be warmed up to 100 degrees. So they're in a towel with warm water. They're sticky, all right. And that goes right here. So all this does is it stays on here, and when cows are in heat, they'll jump each other. So now, if another cow jumps her, then it's gonna rub this, and then I'll know that cows were jumping her. So this would change colors. This one changes to pink, and will give us an indicator that she is most likely in heat. And then, you know, obviously you should check for other things like discharge and whatever. But I've been keeping an eye out for that stuff and haven't really been seeing much. So this isn't necessarily going to fix my problem. But like my father-in-law always said, you got to do something even if it's wrong. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know if this is right or wrong. Surely isn't going to hurt anything. At the most, I'm out $75. But these cows need to get bred. So there, it's just that simple. That stays on her. Water doesn't affect it. It's only going to get affected if another cow jumps on her. It'll rub it off and turn pink. Not all of you are familiar with cows or the dairy side of things. So a cow needs to have a calf once a year for her to be in good milk production. So that means she needs to get bred once a year. And cows come in heat every 21 days roughly. And they're pregnant for about 9 months. So they're actually very similar to humans. And that's got me in trouble in the past because I've brought that up to pregnant women, and for some reason they don't appreciate that being compared to a cow. But I mean, the facts are the facts, right? And that's all natural. A cow would naturally have a calf every year. You're not forcing it to do anything it wouldn't normally do. What? Guy? Who?
He was going down the road, and I think he was trying to get us over on this route.
It's not funny. We don't joke about that. Walking or driving? Or are you just pretending?
Yeah, walk this. He was right down.
Okay, that's not funny to pretend about something. So obviously, though, in nature, a bull or a male cow would beat the cow. Well, bulls are dangerous, for one. And especially with my kids getting older and wanting to play out in the pasture, they get scary. The last one I had here, he never actually charged us, but he was definitely getting nasty and threatening us. So that's one issue, which Jerseys is what, and that's what we raise, are known to be some of the meanest bulls there are. In finding a bull, because to keep a bull year round, that's extra feed, extra, maintenance, whatever. I'm lucky enough to have a neighbor with Jerseys, and he'll let me rent a Jersey bull from him for what I think is a pretty good price. I don't know, he charges me like $25 for every cow he breeds, which that part don't really make a whole lot of sense to me, because it doesn't matter if he breeds 1 cow or 50, but whatever. Either way, it's not that expensive at all. But the other issue, and the reason I stopped getting the bull, besides the safety aspect of it, the real reason I stopped using a bull and started going more towards AI, I need to have consistent milk flow. So if all the cows get bred at the same time, that means I have to dry them up at the same time, and then I don't have any milk for my family or the 40 families that are on our herd share. So I had to go to AI to split that up. AI is artificial insemination. So the biggest thing about AI is you have to figure out when the cow's in heat and when the best time to breed her is. And most of that is from observing the animals. A lot of times they'll start jumping other cows, or other cows will jump them. And if they stand for another cow to jump them, then you know that they're in heat. Also, there'll be discharge on their tail, different things like that. With me milking just once a day, that means I only really see the cows once a day. Yes, I see them in the morning. Yep, they're out in their paddock, sleeping, standing up, good enough. That's right away in the morning, it's still kind of dark. So for me to see them in heat, it's not happening. And like I said, I had the vet come check them. He said everything's good, because he can feel inside there and he knows whether they're cycling or not. He said everything's good. So that's just a matter of me not being able to see them come heat. So that's where I think these will definitely help me out. We're definitely going to give it a shot. If these don't work in the next month or two, probably by the first of the year, if I'm not getting results of this to where I'm at least getting these cows bred, maybe they don't stay bred, but I got to at least be trying to breed them, then I'm going to have no choice but to go get that bull and throw them in here and then figure out what to do later. Honestly, I probably should have done something sooner, but I procrastinated on it, hoping it was going to work itself out. It's definitely a bad trait of mine. Just ignore it. It's bad, just ignore it. It'll work itself out. I don't think I've ever had anything actually work itself out by ignoring it, so I don't know why I keep trying that method, but I'm trying to get better on that. Face it head on. and go with it, you know. Honestly, I didn't think I was that bad off, and I still might not be. Muffin might be bred, which would definitely help things. But finding out that Maggie miscarried again and that Sadie did not get bred the first time really hurt.
Oh.
And you want this black spot to be really pink, and then you know she's in heat and we can breed her.
No, what about this boy?
That can turn pink too, but if it's pink in the middle, that means more likely that she's in heat. If this turns pink, it's probably because she itched herself funny.